Welcome to this explainer. Right now, there is a massive, high-stakes power shift happening in the tech world. Every single day feels like a leap into the future. And frankly, if you aren't paying attention, you're going to get left behind.
$600 billion. That is OpenAI's estimated future compute commitment. Just let that sink in for a second. Think about the price of your daily cup of chai. Think about your monthly rent in rupees. Now imagine stacking those rupees to the moon and back. It sounds like pure science fiction, right? I know what you're thinking, but hear me out. This number is 100% real. No, it's not clickbait. This is the new baseline for survival in the global AI arms race.
The reason they are doing this is actually genius. Is the AI bubble about to burst? Not exactly. Over the next few minutes of this explainer, we're going to look at the massive corporate drama, the rapid tool drops, and the hidden power plays happening behind closed doors to see how this all connects. The stakes have literally never been higher, and understanding this puzzle is your biggest advantage right now.
Section 1. The billion-dollar squeeze and the massive expectations that come with it. We're seeing giant financial pressures suddenly squeezing the absolute biggest players in the space. The foundation is starting to crack. Recently, Elon Musk's lawyer told a federal jury that OpenAI, quote, stole a charity. That's a direct quote from the courtroom. This is an intense federal lawsuit where Musk's team claims OpenAI completely hijacked its original nonprofit mission just to chase massive profits. It's a classic old versus new power struggle. You've got the old ideals of open research clashing hard against the harsh billion-dollar realities of building superintelligence. Now let's look at the data. We're seeing intense internal friction right at the top of OpenAI itself. On one side, you have CEO Sam Altman taking an aggressive stance, basically saying they need to buy as much compute as they possibly can. On the exact opposite side, CFO Sarah Friar is reportedly worried about missed growth in revenue benchmarks. She's stressing about how they're actually going to honor that $600 billion commitment. They released a joint statement saying they're aligned, but the pressure to monetize immediately is absolutely undeniable.
But here's what most people don't know. Section 2. Walls closing on AI and enforcing policies. We're entering an era of walls where tech giants are suddenly building massive, invisible barriers around their AI tools.
Look at how Anthropic is enforcing its new usage policies for Claude. They aren't just asking for an email address anymore. No way. They're now requiring mandatory photo ID and actual selfie verification for some users. Plus, they're cracking down hard on VPNs. Why the intense urgency? Well, this specifically impacts Chinese founders who've been heavily relying on VPNs to access Claude. Geopolitical walls are literally being hard-coded into the software itself. Access is fast becoming a massive privilege. And this brilliantly illustrates how powerless the average user is becoming against these walled garden ecosystems. Apple is natively embedding AI photo editing directly into iOS 27. It's just baked right into the operating system now. You don't get a choice of which model to use. You're living inside their ecosystem, playing entirely by their rules.
Let's say building an app or creating content is your problem. Welcome to Section 3, Instant Creation and Code, where friction is completely disappearing. We're moving from high barriers of entry to instant autonomous creation.
Take Lovable, for example. This is a new vibe coding app that lets you spin up iOS and Android apps via voice or text prompts for 0 rupees. Literally 0. You just talk to it, and the agent autonomously builds the software. You can hand projects seamlessly between your phone and your desktop. Just to give you an idea of the real-world impact here, let's say Rahul from Mumbai wants to build a startup. He just saved 15 lakhs in developer fees using this exact method. The technical barrier to entry is entirely gone.
The crucial point is that massive value is being dropped at breakneck speed. Let's do a rapid-fire rundown. Gemini can now instantly generate PDFs, Word, and Excel files globally right inside the chat. No more copy-pasting. Claude now writes custom code and tutors you directly inside creative tools like Adobe, Blender, and SketchUp. 11 Labs just launched 11 Music, where you actually earn real money when paid subscribers remix your AI-generated tracks. And XAI? They're quietly building a whole secret social network specifically for AI art. Boom, boom, boom. Practical tools are dropping daily, and they're immensely powerful.
Now here is the plot twist. Section 4. Omni models take over, shifting the underlying architecture. We're moving away from basic single-task tools and entering the era of omni models, where the core foundation completely shifts.
Consider NVIDIA's Nematron 3 Nano Omni. This is an open 30 billion parameter model that completely replaces those slow, fragmented perception models we used to rely on. Instead of one model for sight and one for sound, this processes vision, audio, and text simultaneously. It has a massive 256K context window and runs at 9 times the normal throughput of other open Omni models. The AI doesn't just read anymore, it sees and hears your world in real time.
Let's see how this builds into your actual daily workflow. Amazon just launched a desktop AI called Quilk. It builds a personal knowledge graph by learning directly from your Slack threads, your files, and your calendar. It integrates seamlessly with Kiro CLI and Claude Code to generate live dashboards and professional slide decks straight from your natural language prompts. It's essentially a brilliant chief of staff living directly on your desktop.
But AI is also getting incredibly weird and honestly, a little mysterious. Researchers built Talkie-13b. They trained this 13 billion parameter model entirely on pre-1931 books, public domain newspapers, antique etiquette guides, and old cookbooks. It has literally never seen a single line of modern code. Yet, by brilliantly adapting logical patterns from 1920s etiquette, it can write perfectly working modern Python code today. It's absolute madness, right? This is a complete game changer. Section 5. AI gets the wallet, unleashing autonomous money. Up until now, AI could write your code, draft your emails, and summarize your meetings. But what happens when it can actually spend your money? Giving your AI agent money is now terrifyingly easy. Thanks to Stripe Link, you can give your autonomous AI agent its own spending power with one-time use cards and per-purchase approvals. How hard is it to set up? Step 1, a single NPM install. Step 2, add a skill markdown file. That is literally it. Your agent is instantly weaponized with capital. Your AI is now spending money autonomously. Just think about the massive financial and security stakes here. You have an agent operating with locked credentials on your behalf, buying server space, negotiating APIs, maybe even ordering your office supplies. Who actually wins here? Is it the person with the smartest agent or the massive platforms facilitating billions of microtransactions? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. We started with OpenAI's unimaginable $600 billion compute spending. We saw Anthropic demanding government IDs to build walled gardens. We saw AI generating full apps for free. And now, autonomous AI agents have Stripe wallets. Whoever masters this combined technology, the underlying compute, the walled ecosystem, and the autonomous capital, will control the next decade. Full stop. The tsunami is here, and the waters are rising extremely fast. The tools to build the future are essentially free right now, but the cost of not understanding them is absolutely everything. So I have to ask you, are you ready for an AI agent to start paying your bills? Let me know what you think. Keep learning, keep building, and thank you for joining me on this explainer.